Hello, guys, and welcome back to another episode in the series Make Mercedes Great Again. And we are coming off a massive win, and the first win for Lewis Hamilton of our series in the last episode. So let's fly into Miami Grand Prix. And here we have a design complete, so a brand new rear wing for the car. This is only going to add to our winning car. I say winning car, we have one win of the series, but that's the mentality we are going for. And here we are, guys, in round 5 race weekend preparation in Miami. And if we look across to the weather, it is good weather all weekend, which usually I'm excited about. But our only win is coming off some bad weather in the last weekend in Italy. So I think that weather is an equalizer. So maybe I need to start praying for some more bad weather. And here we are in FP1 of Miami, so I'm going to fly through the practices and straight to the qualies, and I will let you know if there's any big events in the practices. And here's the result of the last practice session, and as you can see, I've actually got 100% set of confidence for Lewis Hamilton, which is class. I'll actually show you that now to see if that can help. So as we get into the weekend, you can see that there's 100% confidence here. So yeah, if you guys want to copy it, there we are. It is optimal for every single part of the car. So yeah, if you guys can use that, then get stuck in. I've also done pretty good with George Russell as well, as he is on 94% confidence. So if it differs for every driver, there is the 94% confidence for George Russell. So let's get stuck into the qualifying for Miami Grand Prix. So as we're about to go into the Q1, just an update, the cars had no brand new parts between this race and the last race, which isn't a bad thing because we did win the last race with Lewis Hamilton and P3 with George Russell. But yeah, the parts and the brand new designs be manufactured right after this race, so we will have new parts and a better car for the next episode. Okay, so I'm going to send Hamilton out now for the first run of Q1, along with George Russell, as the traffic is at its minimum. So here's results for Q1, which is massive for us. Verstappen coming in P1, Charles Leclerc P2, Sainz P3, Lewis Hamilton P4. We are beating one of the Red Bulls, which is massive. It's always been a P5, P6 for us. So let's hope this carries on into Q2. Guys, so we have had some bad news. I think George Russell, on his flying lap of Q2, has crashed the car. What on earth? You hate to see it. So luckily, George Russell actually crashed on his cool-down lap, I believe. Yeah, he was coming on his in lap and crashed the car. So he did get a time for Q2, which means I think we're in the Q3 somehow with half a car, but we'll have a go. So guys, we're about to send out Lewis Hamilton for his second run of Q3, the last qualifying run, to see what position we get in the Grand Prix. So I'm going to bring on some fresh tyres. The bad news is that George Russell's car couldn't be recovered in the time for Q3. So yeah, that is George Russell into Q10, which could have been worse. We could have not qualified for Q3. So let's see how we get off with Hamilton. I'm going to send him out now as it's the lowest traffic. So let's see if we can at least get in front of Perez like last race. So just on board with Lewis Hamilton here as he is coming in for one of his corners in the Q3 in Miami, and he has that long straight now coming out of this corner. Hopefully he can pick up some pace. Yeah, it could have been worse with George Russell, but yeah, with Lewis Hamilton now hopefully going to get in front of that Red Bull car. I've got a fresh pair of softs for him on, and yeah, as he comes into this last corner, let's see how he gets off, because he did use no set of softs in the first run of Q3 just because I wanted some fresh ones for the second run. So let's get up that table. Come on, Lewis. Into P5. It's okay, it's okay. I mean, we didn't get that P4 position, but hey, we're coming off a winning week, so Let's go. And here we are at the results of the Q3. So Max Verstappen is going to start in P1 in pole position for Miami Grand Prix. Sainz P2, Charles Leclerc P3, Perez P4, Lewis Hamilton P5, Bottas 6, Alonso 7, Gasly 8, and Zhou 9. And obviously with that massive crash from George Russell, after luckily getting a time in Q2, we are in P10 for George Russell, but we will get him up that leaderboard, let me promise you that. Here we are at race day in Miami Grand Prix 2022, and the weather is cloudy, which we're fine about. So we're going to get into the race preparation now, and let's look at the car strategies. It is saying that strategy B, with the hards to start and the two pissed off some mediums, is the quickest time. So as Lewis is in the far better position, we are going to put Lewis Hamilton on those hards. On strategy B with the hard and the two medium tyres, and then we're going to chuck George Russell onto strategy C, which says the second quickest, and he's going to finish on some soft tyres. So let's get stuck in to Miami Grand Prix.
One of the newest races in F1, and hopefully one of the most exciting too. It's the Miami Grand Prix. It's
And
lights
here
out,
we go.
and away we go.
I think Bottas is going to just jump in front of Hamilton here. He's not. Hamilton keeps the P5 position. George Russell, let's have a look. George Russell in P10 still. No improvements there. Just on board with him as he is just behind the Alfa Romeo. The trick with this is really just going to be keeping with the Red Bulls again, and like last time, maybe strategy will pay off. We don't know. Let's hope, innit? Because I think the Red Bull cars and the Ferrari cars so far this season have been so much better than ours, so much quicker on the straights. Oh, that was so close from Hamilton, nearly into the back of Perez. As we're on board with him, that was massive. That could have been a really, really bad day for Mercedes, with George Russell crashing in Q2, pardon me, and Hamilton almost ending it in lap 1. So we are on board Lewis Hamilton in lap 2, as we're coming to the end of lap 2, I'm just going to check, because DRS is enabled now, so we need to stick within that 1 second range to keep that DRS on Perez, as he is slowly falling behind Sainz. If we look at the tyres, it seems that there's a mix of mediums and hards. Perez is on hards, so Sainz is going to pull away with him on those mediums, and George Russell is on those mediums. We need to get him in front of Zhou at some point, taking advantage of that faster tyre. So we're with Lewis Hamilton here as he is approaching one of the long straights in Miami. Let's see if we can keep up with Perez. We seem to be doing quite well. DRS is activated, and he really is catching with Perez here. The difference between Perez and Verstappen's car seems to be huge. On board with Leclerc here, he's in P2 trying to chase down Verstappen. Let's see how he does on this long straight coming off the back of lap 3. He's still a bit of a length away here, isn't he? Charles Leclerc winning every race so far this season, bar obviously Lewis Hamilton winning the last one. It is vital if Verstappen gets in front of him this race. So here is Hamilton looking to get outside Perez on the long straight, but doesn't manage it on the DRS. But this is good signs. This is very good signs from Hamilton. Seems as in the the couple of races at the start, we couldn't get near any of the Red Bulls, and we seem to be pestering with it here, so let's hope we can stick with him as he gets very close to him into turn 1. So there's a safety car coming into play here. Who is it? Verstappen!
Safety car.
Oh my god, as I said that he needs a big race. He's crashed. Right, pit options. We're only 4 laps into the race, so we're not going to lose the position and put new tyres on. Yeah, let's ignore. That's massive. Let's watch it.
What happened there? Now here we see Max
Literally, he is in
Verstappen.
P1 here. He's locked up in P1 in one of our previous episodes. And they're just,
Clearly
oh my
something went
god, that's
very
huge.
wrong there.
Verstappen in this game is chief bottler, I think, isn't he?
And that was
My
a bitter
days,
blow
look
for
at
the
that.
team, and it
That
may
was
have really
massive.
hurt their overall chances.
P1 into the wall. And here we are in the safety car, so we're going to conserve everything to look after the tyre and the fuel while we are in safety car position. Right, there we are, so there's the sign. Let's get that back into normal positions.
And let's push.
So use these tyres.
That crash is huge for us, really, because we are on the tail of Perez and have been so far this race. That means if we can nick
Copy.
in front of Perez, we're going to get a podium finish for Hamilton.
Alpha charged.
So that'll be massive. And obviously, because of the crash, Russell's up into P9. So let's try and focus on getting Russell up that grid as well.
Safety cars in the pits.
Yep, fine.
So we're coming into the last corner of the safety lap here. And they're going to start going for it. I think I'm going to try and get aggressive here.
Just keep the pressure on. You can do this.
Let's see if we can get in front of Perez here.
An overtake will be available.
I can hold it, I can hold it.
Just going to need some lift and coast.
Just until we come into that last straight when that DRS comes on, and then I'm going to try and get in front of Perez. Let's see what we can do. Because he's very, very close to Perez. Because those Ferraris are really going to have each other out now. I can see what seems to be the trend of the season is that Leclerc seems to get in front of Sainz, and Sainz just holds up everyone else. So let's see if we can get the overtake here on Perez.
Overtake is available.
No, it's not happening. Okay, we'll stay with Hamilton here as we come into the really tight corners in Miami, and then along that long straight.
Lift and coast.
So I'm going to check it on now. As we come into this long straight on DRS, see if we can get close to him. Here we go, come on Hammy.
If we can have an overtake press. Overtake press.
Doesn't seem to be happening here, is it? Perez is far too quick on that straight. Okay, let's stick with it here. I'm sure we won't use too much ERS here. And Hamlin's going to get tight to him as we come into lap 9. No, obviously I'm timing this wrong now because there's no DRS activated yet because of that safety car, which I didn't realise.
Think about increasing lift and
Right,
coast.
so as you
just
come
a
to that
little.
long straight at the back of lap 9, that's where we're going to get going. So let's put it now. Let's use ERS as well. And I think we're going to get the overtake here. DRS will be activated.
Overtake press.
Yeah, we're
Overtake
close.
Press.
DRS activated. Here he goes. He's going on the outside of Perez. Ah, he's just too quick, isn't he? Just too quick. He's going for it. He's brake late. The side by side coming to the last corner of lap 9. He's got him. Has he? He hasn't. Oh. Right, DRS activated again. He's going for the inside this time. This may work. And he's got him. Just, yes, we're in, we're in. Right,
Increasing lift and coast just a little.
that's huge.
Here's the replay. Now watch this. Lewis Hamilton involved.
Look at
in
him
this
on
one.
that straight. We couldn't get it in the last DRS zone of the previous lap. And then we stick with him and get on the inside as we come into turn
Moving up a
1
place there.
of
Excellent
lap
work
9,
from
I
him.
believe. Massive.
Red
Right,
Bull
we're back
getting
in with
the pace.
Hamilton on lap 10
Let's
and
take a look at the
Perez is
replay.
overtaking him.
So let's look at this. There's Sergio.
This isn't what we want, but it's going to be the battle, I think, here, because the Ferrari is just getting away. This is going to be the battle for the race, I
They
think.
take advantage and muscle their way through.
Yeah, he's got us there, hasn't he? Okay, so Hamilton is tight with him here in that DRS zone. So let's see if we can overtake him again as we come into the other DRS zone of lap 11, I believe. So DRS is activated. Trying to get on the outside, I don't think it's going to happen. No, we're going to struggle here, aren't we? Okay, so we're in lap 13 with Lewis Hamilton, and we are side by side with Perez, and he gets away from us. I thought that was going to be it. I thought we were going to have him there. Let's activate, let's get aggressive and push on this DRS zone.
Red Bull moves up.
We almost had him. We jumped in front of him just slightly there.
Press.
So
Overtake.
DRS is activated here. He doesn't have DRS on Leclerc. We're going for the outside here. He brakes later than Perez, gets along the outside, and we're into P3 in lap 13. Amazing.
Such an awesome job, mate.
Look at that. There's not much. Is there going to be a battle between
Mercedes moves
Leclerc?
up a place.
As we check in on board Leclerc in lap 15. He's come down that long straight. He's got DRS on signs. Is he going to do it? Yeah, he's going for that outside. Who's going to brake latest? No, Sainz stays in front. Sainz stays in front.
We've had a crash. Let's
So we've had
take a
another
closer
crash.
look. Now have a watch
Seems to
of
be
this.
Ocon.
Looks like Ocon.
Second crash here in Miami. As he spun out and smashed into the wall there.
Nasty crash there.
That is Ocon out. So that puts George Russell. Was Ocon behind George Russell?
The team are really...
Let's have a look. Alright, still that just brings Lando Norris into P10. We need to get George Russell in front of Gasly there. Right, let's get aggressive. Let's see if we can push. In front of the
Reduce.
AlphaTauri here.
Yep.
As we're coming to our pit window, we may as well use the tyres that we have.
So you
As they're
have
looking
overtake.
too good, if anything, for where we're at.
Probably. So just charge that pack.
So stick with him here as he comes into the DRS zone when we enter lap 16. See if we can get a place, which I think we will as we come tight on the AlphaTauri here. DRS activated, pulling on the inside of Gasly. Oh, Gasly does well there to defend. He's done it. He's done very well. This hasn't been the time for George Russell. And
Let's
here
have
we
a
are,
look.
Perez
So let's look
overtaking
at this.
Hamilton.
There's Sergio Perez.
Yeah, on that DRS zone again. This is really tick for tack, isn't it? Between the Red Bull and Mercedes here. So we are in lap 18 with Lewis Hamilton. George Russell is boxed. He is now on the hard tyres. And we're going to try attack Perez here. See if we can get in front of him.
Just keep the pressure on. You can do this.
There we are. We are close. The DRS is activated. He's coming on the outside. Are we going to brake later than Perez? We do. And we're into P3. Amazing. Let's go. Let's
It's
go.
just gone mental.
Huge.
Good job
So
there.
back on board in lap 20, and Perez is going to try and have a go on the inside. Is he going to get it? He is, I think.
It's a race position
The side by
change from
side.
Mercedes.
And Perez is going to pull away here, isn't
Do
he?
what you can.
Yeah, he is. Let's look at the tyre wear. So, yeah, Sergio Perez is in a better place than us with
Red Bull gained a place.
5% more better wear on the hard tyre. But look at that. I mean, Sainz and Leclerc, the battle is between them for P1 and P2, isn't it? The two Ferraris. And why not battle it out? See, because everyone else is getting away from them. So
Mercedes
we're just on
moved
board
up a
here with
place.
Leclerc as he goes side by side with Sainz on that straight. And George Russell is in the P14 as well. And there is Leclerc and Sainz really battling. And there we have it, Leclerc into P1 in lap 20. We are on board here with Lewis Hamilton, and we are into a pit window as we're coming into the last one of the last straights in lap 24. So we're going to get aggressive with the tyre here and use up as much of it as we can.
Pressure on Lewis. You can do this.
See if we can get in front.
Okay.
We have a good amount of fuel in reserve here. It's going to be really interesting to see how this works with us and Perez with the pit windows. Let's see if we can get in front of him here in the DRS zone now. I think we're going to do it. We are very close coming to the start of the turn. And that's DRS activated. He's going for the outside. And there we are. We're going to get in front of him side by side. That's huge from Hamilton. That's massive. And we're into P2 because Sainz has pitted.
Really well executed.
So what I'm going to do is try and just get aggressive this tyre. Stay aggressive with it. See if we can get away from Perez at all. So that when we pit, we have the optimal amount of time away from him. And maybe that can either get us in front of him or as close as possible during that pit. So we're on board with Lewis Hamilton as he pits currently in P1 only because the other drivers pit in lap 28. It's going to be really interesting to see where we come out of this pit lane. Was it worth it being so aggressive with that tyre and using our fuel? Are we going to come out in front of Perez? This is massive. Let's see. I don't think we are. No, Perez gets in front of us. There he is. Okay, what tyre is Perez on? He's also on medium tyre. Oh god. So he's also on a medium tyre, but ours is better wear. I just need to make sure I don't overdo the tyres here and use up that wear too early. So we're going to play the long game. And George Russell into a massive P6 position here. Very much catching up with Bottas. Lap 30 and I'm on board with Lewis Hamilton here, and our tactics are very much paying off. What I did do though was a big mistake, and that is why we're so close. I have accidentally left the aggressiveness on the tyre of the mediums for Lewis Hamilton, and that is why we're so close.
Fastest lap.
But we're only 1% behind Perez, so let's see what we can do here. It's going to be close. He's going to have to pit as well at some point because he's not going to carry out those medium tyres throughout. So, you know, we're only 1% below, but that won't make much of a difference, I don't think, as we go throughout the race now. But we are in DRS range then. Let's see if we can get into P3. We're on board with Lewis Hamilton here as we come onto the big straight in lap 31. I don't think we're going to get close here to Perez. If we can stick with him coming to the last turn of lap 31. There we are, we're in DRS range here. Is he going to go for that inside? I don't think he is. No, we're not going to get it, but we are very, very close coming into lap 33. And yeah, are we going to catch him in this DRS range now? Let's see what we can do. DRS is activated, going on the outside. We're coming side by side with Perez here, and we slide into P3. We're still side by side. This is huge.
This is awesome work, come on.
Still side by side. I think Perez might sneak here. No, he doesn't. That was massive. Went side by side there for about 3 corners. Let's watch that replay.
Now watch this. Lewis Hamilton involved in this one.
Look at that. We thought we were in front of him. Perez pushes that inside again. Lewis Hamilton manages to keep it side by side again into that turn. And he gets in front. Huge. Lap 36 and we're on board with George Russell here as he is creeping up on Alonso. Very tight for both drivers here. Perez just behind Hamilton, and I think he's really trying to push Hamilton as we get on board with him here. If we look, yeah, he's very close there, coming into almost 0.001 of Hamilton. Must be going side by side. I need to start pushing George Russell at some point. He really has been having the greatest race. But when you start using those hard tyres, so we jump on those softs around lap 45, I believe. So we've got another 10 laps of these hard tyres, and they are in decent condition. We need to get in front of Alonso, because I think he's going to hold up us and get us away from Bottas. And really, we should try and be beating Bottas with George Russell here. just on board then with Hamilton as we enter lap 38, and his pair is going to use the DRS here to try and get in front of us. He's going for that inside. And Hamilton defends. Come on, Hammy. Let's go. And we are on board with Lewis Hamilton here as the lap at lap 42 as the battle continues, and we are on exact same tyre wear, or just 1% down as Sergio Perez now. Our pit window is coming to very optimal, so I think we're going to get aggressive with this tyre like we did last time. Let's see what we can do.
Just keep the pressure on. You can do this.
Yep.
We have quite a lot of tyre to use actually, so let's just use it. We've got quite a lot of fuel as well.
And think.
Are we going to have a go? DRS activated. Trying to push that outside of Perez. I don't think we're going to get it. But this could mean we stick with him as we come into lap 40. He's pitting now. He's pitting now. Right, let's get aggressive with our tyre. Okay, we are coming out of the pits here in lap 44 with Lewis Hamilton. I think Perez is definitely going to come out in front of us here. Yeah, Perez gets in front of us. How far? Oh, look how close that is. Look how close that is. So the battle is on now. We have 13 laps left. Exciting stuff. Let's get P3, is it? Let's do it. So it's lap 46 and we're just veering out of that 1 second range. I am going to start getting aggressive with Hamilton and look to get in front of Perez very soon. I don't want to do it too early though because of the tyre wear, but we are sticking with him. George Russell just come out of the pits. He is on that soft tyre now, so let's see how he fares. I don't think he's going to catch up Bottas, but let's get in front of Alonso. Let's get P6 for George Russell, and that'd be a good result, especially since he started in P10.
You have fast.
Okay, we're on board with Lewis Hamilton as we are going into lap 48, the first turn, and we're side by side with Perez.
Drivers, keep up.
Trying to push that inside. Really trying to push that inside. Come on, Hamilton. Look at that, look outside. Oh, and Perez just gets away. But this is good news. This is good news though, because we were over a second away from Perez. We're on better tyres than Perez, and there is another 9 laps to go, and we're sticking with him. So let's go get that P3. Let's go get it. On board Lewis Hamilton lap 50, and we are just getting in front of Perez.
This garage is just
Massive, massive tyre wear. Just a bit better tyre wear.
It's a race position
Plenty of fuel in the
for
tank.
Mercedes.
ERS in the tank. Let's keep going, Lewis. Let's keep going. Let's try and get away from him. And again into lap 50, and Perez gets in front. This is going to go right to the wire.
Gained a place.
Let's watch that
Let's have a
replay.
look. So let's look at this. There's Sergio Perez.
Just pushing that inside again in front of Lewis Hamilton. This is so close. We need that P3. P3 is massive. We need to get on that podium. Let's see how he fares here. Yeah, he's pushing that outside. He's going to get in front of him. Still side by side. I tried looking at my back camera to see him then, and he was just so side by side I couldn't see him.
really well executed.
There he is. Gets in front, but we're still in DRS range now. Just out of it.
It's a race position gained for Mercedes.
Oh, this is going right to the wire. Right to the wire. Okay, we're on board with Lewis Hamilton here as Perez is half a second away in lap 53. I think now I'm going to start getting aggressive. We have a lot of tyre to use, a lot of fuel. Let's see if we can make a gap between us and Perez. I got George Russell on very aggressive as well. He's got in front of Alonso, over 11 seconds between him and Bottas with 3.5 laps left. It's going to be a struggle, I think. Okay, and we are on board with Lewis Hamilton here as we're coming in for our last lap, I believe. And my tactics have paid off, holding that tyre out until the last couple of laps, and look at that, we are 3.5 seconds in front of Perez into P3. We're not going to catch signs within this lap.
And think about increasing
George
the post
Russell,
just a little.
I think, leaning a little too late, though, not being able to get those takeovers very early in the race, as you know, stopped him from getting P5. But P6 is still good for George Russell at the minute, so we're not too concerned about that. But look at that P3 and P4 difference now. The tactics really paying off of just looking after, sticking with Perez throughout the race until the end and just pushing away from him.
Charles Leclerc is today's winner.
Check the flag now.
And there we have it, Hamilton in P3. That is massive.
The first year, I'm so inspired by you guys.
That's 2
We believe
podiums.
in you too.
2 podiums in 2 races. We are making a difference. Those struggles at the start of the season where our designs weren't really coming into play yet are really paying off now, and we're only a few races into the season, and we've got I think another 3 improved design parts come in before the next race, which is massive. And that is Hamilton into P3. 2 podium finishes in 2 episodes. That is massive. And there's George Russell in P6. We'll take that.
Lewis Hamilton did okay here today. This is a tremendous podium result. It's joy all around for the team.
There we are with the 2 Ferraris. I mean, would we have got P3 for Verstappen didn't absolutely smash into the wall? Well, potentially, but that's not my problem at the minute. And he keeps bottling it all season as well, so let's hope he continues. But yeah, there's another win for Leclerc. Another win. And there we have it. At the end of this episode, we have a P3 finish, another podium finish, which is massive, showing that we are improving and getting better. So yeah, there's Charles with another win, Sainz in P2, and Lewis Hamilton P3, Perez P4 with a massive battle with us throughout the race. Bottas P5, very good for him, and George Russell in P6. Looking across the drivers, we go up another position from, we were number 5, we are now up to number 3 with Lewis Hamilton, and yeah, still a bit away from Charles Leclerc as he wins another race. And Constructors, massive. We are into position number 2. I mean, 3 was what we're projected, what's expected. 3 is, you know, good for us. That's what Mercedes want from us. So in position 2 at the minute is massive, only by 1 point. But let's see how that plays out. So guys, thank you for watching another episode. I really appreciate it if people watch it and enjoy it. If there's anything you want me to improve on, let me know. Thank you so much.